Alright everybody, so I just finished reviewing all four of the Wishmaster movies, and now it's time to rank them from worst to best. And if you want to see my other reviews, in case you haven't seen them, I will probably leave a link right up there. So let's get into it. What is my number 4? What is the worst one of them all? Wishmaster 3. This is the one with AJ Cook from Final Destination 2, and this is the college campus one. They're at the same, was it filmed at the same college campus as Urban Legend? I think it was. Or maybe that was a different movie. Whatever, doesn't matter. This one, it's just like a cat and mouse chase throughout the entire time. It's got a terrible soundtrack, lame characters, lame deaths. I like the human version of the Djinn in this one. I think it was like Sean Connery, his brother or son, somebody related to him. He was okay. I don't like the new look of the Djinn. I don't like the new voice. It's all deep and distorted and like some Adobe Premiere editing. The movie was just blah. It's just boring. It has a couple little moments. Like, yeah, I can cherry pick little moments here and there that were cool and that made me laugh. But other than that, it's a very forgettable Wishmaster movie. And if you want to see a better one, check out my number 1 and 2. Ignore the rest. So, moving on from that one, let's go to number 3. Number 3 is Wishmaster 4. Now, this one, we actually get to see all 3 wishes being granted, kind of, and this one has some cool things going for it. They try something different, and I appreciate that. They're like doing the whole Djinn falls in love story, and you got a guy in a wheelchair. There's some drama. The drama and the main couple in this movie didn't really work for me. I didn't care about it. But the new Djinn, the human Djinn, was pretty cool. I still prefer the Djinn in part 1 and 2. This guy was a step up from part 3. But there's some cool wishes in here, but there's also areas where I'm like, why didn't they execute that better? Why didn't they go for it? Why didn't they try to make it more funny? This franchise got more and more serious as it went on, which was a bad decision. And this one, just like part 3, has a weird, dumb, early 2000s, late 90s soundtrack, and it doesn't fit the movie at all. And but yeah, like those wishes that could have been cool, like the pimple one, like that could have been funny. The killer sex one, they just completely fall flat. There's potential there, but man, what a shame. I still had a decent time with this one. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because I went into it with pretty low expectations, but Wishmaster 4 is decent. That's the best I'll say about that one. So moving on to number 2, that will be Wishmaster 2. This is directed by Jack Shoulder, who directed Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. This one has pretty cool practical effects in it. I like the main girl in this movie. I thought she was the best out of all the main girls. In all 4 of them, it's always the main girl, the waker. It's never a guy. But she was probably my favorite. She was the most attractive. And I like the whole casino idea. I like the prison idea. I think they do a better job executing the casino aspect. There's a lot of cool carnage there. Some cool gags that are funny with the whole girl shitting out coins. The prison, they could have did a better job on. They could have had cooler wishes in that scene. So that's lackluster. That was very underwhelming. Like, there was so much they could have done there. And I just felt very underwhelmed by the end of it. You got Andrew Divoff returning as the Djinn, and he's smiling a lot in this one for some reason. Like, he smiles the entire movie. In the first one, he kind of smiles here and there, but he's not always smiling. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention that much, but man, he smiles too much in part 2. It's just comedic. And this one's a lot more comedic than part 1, and like I said, 3 and 4 are way too serious, but number 2 is pretty fun, so if you like the first one, check out part 2, but don't expect it to be better. Moving on to my number 1 is, of course, the original Wishmaster. When I saw this, I didn't know what to expect. I went into it blind, like all of them, but it just blew me away. Like the practical effects from Nicotero at the beginning and throughout, but especially that open, like, chaos at the Persian, whatever place. I don't know where they were, but it was in Persia, and you got all these people just ripping open, monsters coming out of stomachs. The effects in this movie are great. You got a fantastic cast with Kane Hodder has a cameo, Tony Todd. You got music by Harry Manfredini, who did a score for all the Friday the 13th movies. So you got a great score, unlike the rest of the franchise with like 3 and 4 especially, where it's just weird soundtracks. You got a decent score in here with Harry Manfredini. You got a great cast, great effects, and it's just fun. The tone of the movie is more even than the rest of them, where, you know, because this one, it doesn't take itself serious, but it's not so slapsticky and it's not too serious, whereas 2 was more slapsticky, more over the top with some of the violence and wishes, you know, the girl shitting coins and whatnot, and the guy fucking himself literally. Makes no sense. And then 3 and 4 got really serious with the drama and whatnot. This one has the best tone. This one's the most entertaining, and like I said, has a lot going for it with the cast. Robert Englund, I forgot to mention him. Ted Raimi is in here, so it was just awesome. I just could not believe that I missed out on this movie. It came out in '97. I wish I saw it when I was younger, because this movie was just a blast, and I bet this would have been like a nostalgic film if I saw it as a kid, and I would have revisited it a lot more. So it's a shame that I only saw it this year. I wish I would have saw it sooner, but that's my ranking. Best one is the original Wishmaster. What did you think about this franchise? What are your thoughts on it? What is your ranking? Put it in all the comments below. Keep an eye out for my next franchise this Wednesday, where I will be starting a new one. And this spring, in May. This May, I will be going over Friday the 13th. So look out for that. Can't wait for it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button, share it with all your friends, and you can become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And until next time, auf Wiedersehen.